Hello everybody, I want to welcome you all to the first edition of the Plastic General Workshop. You know, I've been doing this show now for about a year, and the biggest request I have is people messaging me that they want to know how, under duress conditions, I make the creations for the show. And I guess that's a fair question. So this is not an official episode of the Plastic General. This is officially the first episode of the Plastic General Workshop. So in front of your very eyes today, I'm going to build a pretty elaborate project behind me. And we're going to do it in little spurts, and you'll see it all done. I'm going to have to do it either finished by tonight or tomorrow. So, you know, I'm just going to finish. I'm going to shoot a little bit, give it a rest, shoot a little bit, give it a rest, so you'll be able to see it all. And I'll explain all this as I'm going along. This project is the first time also I'm ever doing a shooting completely by myself because my cameraman's not around, and I don't want to waste his time because, you know, you gotta pay people, and I have to learn how to be self-sufficient also. So with that being said, let's get started. So what I'm going to be doing today is the very next episode. We're going to be shooting in a couple days, and I always wait till the last second because I'm a spontaneous general. The new episode is going to be called Kamikazes versus Battleships. So of course it's going to be covering Japanese kamikazes, and I need an American battleship, a nice big one. So what I'm going to do is build a battleship right here. So this is about I'd say this is about 7 feet long, and you know, you gotta make some concessions and stuff because a real battleship in 1/32 scale would probably be about 10 feet long. Come on! Okay, so the first thing I want to establish is my commitment to this. So I want to figure out exactly how big I'm going to make this. Now, I measured this with a tape measure, the latest technology called a tape measure. And this thing comes out to being like about 7.5 feet. So this would be 6 feet.
I'm going to cut this out and make this the basic shape of the bottom of the battleship because we're going to make it at what they call watermark. It means the battleship will be in the water. So you're only going to see the upper half that's floating above the water. So since this is one piece, this is going to be it. I made my cut. This is the spare piece. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to trace it on this side. So I'm sure to get an equal, a mirrored image of the front. Okay, so there we have it. This is the full length of the battleship. Here it is. It's 5.5 feet. Let's say it's a destroyer. Let's say it's a pocket battleship. Who cares? It's 14 inches wide by 5.5 feet long. And then now the thing is I'm going to try to raise it up like this off the water. And so that's what I'm going to do next. This side here, I want the thing to curve and bend around the battleship. So I'm going to sort of serrate these edges, not serrate, but just do this so that when I'm going underneath the battleship, there's the point for the front, right? So it can be like that to make the point. Okay, so it seems to me the glue gun, how do you know the glue? No, I would not. It's super hot. Anyway, the glue gun is hot and ready. And in my pocket, I have all the spares, which you need to have very close by. Okay, so let's do this and let's hope I don't mess up. Put that in there so you don't mess up. Okay, so what I'm going to do... Okay, here, let's push this down. God damn. It's tricky doing this. I'm not used to this. But it's fun to be doing this with all you guys along with me because it gets lonely. Okay, there's the front of the battleship. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to glue all these down. Here we go. Glue! Now, hopefully I don't get burned. Don't get freaking burned. And the caissons go rolling along. Bum, bum, bum. Bend it around the edge. And the field of it, bum, bum. What a stupid song. Those military songs are moronic. Every fun of all, and there we go. Ba-dum, ba-dum, bum, bum, as the caissons. But like I said, there's some hot glue, right? Watch. Here. Ah! Just go like that, and it's off. This is the only show where I'll teach you how to injure yourself. Okay. Injure yourself wisely. Oh, fine. Okay, so, there it is. Now let's turn it around and see. Oh, look at that. Bum 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 bum. There we go, see? Look at that. And then, of course, I'll bend it inwards. So that'll be, so we're getting there. We're getting the hull of a battleship. Okay, be careful. Don't get burned. Oh shit, there's the tip. Damn it. Aye. Okay, be careful. Bend it along. Yeah. Good, look at that. Look at that. Oh boy. Up. Get away from me. Okay, now watch. Get that in there really good. Don't get burned. Gotta keep reminding myself not to get burned. So I'm in the process of sort of... Okay, there she is. There's the hull. Now I can start planning the superstructure.
Okay, I want you to know that I'm really making this stuff up as I go along. I'm full of shit. I'm a bullshitter. But I'm an artistic bullshitter. So by looking at some pictures on the internet, I kind of got an idea of what a superstructure, how it's built and what it looks like. So I'm going to start doing that now. I'm going to do it and we'll see if it hopefully turns out.
So I'm going to move. I see what's happening. The turret will be here. Then the sort of the triangular basic part here. It's kind of like a Star Destroyer from Star Wars. Then another thing like to here, like this. And then, so I'm in the process of sort of gluing down the sort of hull things here. So I got to continue. So you just, you cut some strips and you glue them in. And then you lay down a flat thing with a little bit of overhang so you can build the next level of the towers. I'm going to have an overhang. So I'd say I'm going to do this. There we go. So that'll be like that. In the Navy, bum 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 ba bum. In the Navy, I can see the village people on here. You see, I like to go fast and furious. I just give it. I look and I put a dot and I just measure the basic, things. Like I'm not trying to be super accurate, but everybody has their own level of how accurate they want to be. I need to be fast and furious.
So it's funny when doing battleships, you never really think of the smokestacks, and smokestacks are really, they're there, man. I never think of some. I just think of all these towers and stuff. You always think a cruise ship has smoke towers. So let's do a couple smoke towers, get them out of the way. And when you're connecting corners, you can just do it with, what do you call it, tape, packing tape, because you're going to be covering all this with latex anyway. So the smokestack will be probably right here, something like that. Maybe I'll make two. I'll make one higher than the other. That's what I'll do.
Get ready for the next level of the bridge tower. Just put the little that, and then do it on the inside so you know what's going to hit. Make sure it's basically center. Not basically center. Make sure it's center, and then snuggle it in there. You can, just building more structural stuff. To give it a little more, I don't know, maybe just to beef it. You gotta beef these towers. Now this is where battleships start getting weird. Like, they keep stacking all of these towers on top of one another. It all looks crazy to me. It's like, why do you have all these towers? Why don't you just have one crazy crow's nest or something? Anyway, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build like a wide tower. So I just know basically I'll cut this like this, and we'll just keep going. As you can see, I started building more structure stuff. A lot of platforms, a lot of observation decks, and then little gun nests. But let's get there, one thing at a time.
Okay.
I have to say, it's a little bit of a challenge doing all of this, sort of like working with the camera and stuff. It slows me down. I like to do things really fast without thinking. But you know what? I want to share this with you guys because Navy and 132 scale with the toy soldiers and stuff is super freaking cool. You will see how much fun it is to play with this. and then maybe we'll burn it outside. Okay, so here are a couple Navy figures for scale. So they're going to be in the bridge. So I got to cut, let's say, and by the way, always when you have to bend the cardboard, like to make the walls, make sure you go with the corrugated, like use the corrugated side so you can bend it properly. So I'm gonna have to make this about ½ an inch above their head. Now I've added more towers. As you can see, I've been building up a lot of the structure, and this looks great and everything. And I'm just just gluing boxes and just building it up. But the real flaw I'm realizing is the ship is a little too stout. I underestimated it. It looks almost like Playmobil made it or something. So it looks like a joke. So I'm going to extend the back. I'm going to add on an extra thing like this. Maybe bring this much more to the back. Because this is all working, but the back doesn't. The back is kind of silly. So I have to extend that. So you'll see my progress. But anyways, as you can see, I've made the tower, and then a little observation deck here. And then there's the bridge, and just the smokestacks, and then some things. But now I'm going to start, I have these things. I say things like this up. So these will be like those neat sort of nests for machine guns and stuff like that. So I'll be placing them around, like maybe one here, and maybe some smaller ones there. Man, it's getting hot in here. Anyway, so I built this up to the level that I feel it needs to be built. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add on anti-aircraft components. So things like some boofers, anti-aircraft machine guns, and things like that.
That's a kit. And then I scratch built this. It's just a bullshit gun. I don't know if anybody in reality would ever be firing down here while these things are going off over their heads. I don't know if that's reality. Some of you naval guys can write in.
Okay, so we're here.
Here we go. So let's start off with the main gun in the front. Be here. I forget where I want the boofer. Oh yeah, I want the double pom-pom gun to go right in here. I made it so it could turn, in theory. Okay, I got this main uncovered gun, but I'm thinking of, this rear gun. I'm thinking of giving it a cover. Okay, so then I have of course the single boofers, and so they will fit into the nest here like that. Get there into the nest. There we go. Not sure. This is a non-real, but they had these on battleships, but since I only have one, there's no great way to, there. It's kind of weird. It looks big and oblong. I'm gonna put it here like a moron. I don't know. I may retract that later. So we seem to have another boofers. It was made by Jonathan from Kingpin. He 3D printed it. Look how cool it is, man. It's in one of those tubs. It's like a British version. So I think maybe I'll have that here at the back of the ship. The stern. Which is which? The stern or the bow? I don't know. And then I got some 50 caliber. I'll put those here. And then maybe here would be like a double 50 caliber. And I guess that's it. So take a look. So I finished my battleship. It's done. It's got all little figures on it. Of course, if I spent a week on it, it would be like from Tora or something. But, it's good enough for the show. In the Navy. In the Navy. In the Navy, bum 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 ba bum. In the Navy, bum 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 bum. You can party in the Navy. It's like a disco ship. Oh, bum bum bum. You can run around with no shirts on in the Navy, and you can play with great big guns. Bum bum. You can play with giant big, like phallic guns. Bum 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 bum. And anti-aircraft. Bum 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 bum. On boofers and towers and disco parties. Bum bum bum. Look at it's my 6-foot battleship. I made it for the Plastic General episode that I'll be shooting tomorrow, and I'll probably be destroying the ship, burning it or catching it on fire. Whoever wants it can have it. Contact me after next week. Rum bum bum bum. And it will soon be featured on the Plastic General.